What's up, guys?
Howdy.
저희가 차량 경정비할 일이 있어가지고 여기 호숫가 공원에 나왔어요. 저희 집 주차장은 되게 좁고 어두워가지고 할 수가 없거든요.
But it's so freaking cold today. I said it's supposed to be like 35 to 40 degrees, which is pretty warm, but we came out here and it's so windy and so cold, so let's finish this quickly. We have to do some like minor maintenance just because, so Jin's driving test is coming up soon, and I mean there's just a few things we need to fix. Like suddenly my headlight went out. I've had this car for 10 years. I've never had to change the front headlight bulbs before, but of course, right before Jin's test, one of them burns out, so we gotta change that. I also have a few other things I need to do as well, so let's get started.
이게 레이 차 림 상태인데요. 이거 완전 사갔죠. 이게 레이가 한국에 있는 동안 밖에서 차를 방치하다 보니까 이렇게 플라스틱이 삭은 거예요. 그래서 새 림으로 바꾸려고 아마존에서 물건 주문을 했어요.
Yeah, like look at this. So I ordered these plastic wheel covers on Amazon. These had like 30,000 reviews, so hopefully they work. I mean, obviously they're cheap. I don't care that they look dumb, but they look better than what I currently have, right? And I don't want to spend like $300 for actual Chevy metal wheel covers because that's just dumb, okay? So we're gonna try and install these. Hopefully they work.
이거 진짜 웃긴 게 이거 볼트 앤 너트 이거 있잖아. 이거 다 플라스틱 가짜예요, 가짜.
It's just like fake. Everything's fake.
가짜 플라스틱. 이게 차량이 오래돼가지고 이게 다 부품들이 단종됐나봐요. 그래가지고 썰드 파티로 그냥 끼우면 들어가는 걸로 샀어요, 레이가. 이렇게. I don't need instruction, okay?
Okay. I know, that's why it always takes you 10 times longer to do anything.
What are you talking about? Why are there 4 holes?
Exactly, there are instructions for a reason.
The success rate is gonna be 50-50.
50-50, but there's 4 holes.
25%.
Let me see, you're hiding your work.
이거 이렇게 림을 벌려가지고 그냥 끼워 넣는 형식인 것 같아요.
Oh, you got this.
오, 됐다.
Wow. Do you miss summertime?
여기 진짜 춥네요. 여기 손가락이 저 원래 추위 잘 안 타는데 너무 추워요. 또 호숫가라 가지고 습기도 많아가지고 더 추운 것 같아요.
Look at that.
Like this. 됐다. Yeah, good.
Oh, wow. Let's see the full picture. Oh, wow. I'm looking fancy now. Look at this difference. Like, honestly, I feel so embarrassed to park next to anybody in our building's parking garage because these wheel covers just make me look like such a hillbilly. Like, I don't give a crap about my car and I don't give a crap about anybody else's cars that park next to mine. At least these new ones make me look like I care a little bit more. And it only cost me $40. We'll see how long they last. What if they just fall off when we're driving on the freeway? Probably won't happen, right? Okay, let's take this one off. Can I have a glove, sir? My hands are freezing. These plastic caps are so crappy.
미국 여자들은 strong and independent person이라고 이렇게 가정 교육을 받을 때 독립심을 기르는 훈련을 많이 해요. 그래서 레이는 자기가 이렇게 뭘 직접 하는 걸 되게 좋아해요. 막 전등도 막 혼자 갈고.
I think I was too much of a strong, independent woman. I broke the plastic lug nut cover.
It's okay.
What am I supposed to do now? What the heck? Do we have a smaller tool?
I think you have to break it because I don't think you can take it out.
My goodness gracious. I broke another one.
이게 볼트 너트가 너무 작아가지고 빠지지도 않아요.
I don't have any eye protection, so I don't want to like hurt myself.
Close your eyes.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. I'm using my whole body. Wait, all my weight here, it doesn't come off. That means it's not gonna fall off on the freeway, right?
Yeah.
If you guys are driving in Minnesota and you see my kimchi colored car and one of my tire covers falls off on the freeway, you saw nothing. It wasn't me.
You should write a phone number there.
No. I don't want anybody to know it's me. I know my car is old and crappy and all of that, but you guys have to know I've lived in Minneapolis almost the entire time that I've had this car. And if you live in a major city and you do not have a garage, which I never had a garage until we got this apartment, you're parking on the street and everybody could potentially ding your car, like scratch it or hit it and stuff. And that's exactly what happened. Like I have so many scratches and like dents in my car just because other people hit it when I was parked on the side of the road. So, you know, I just don't care that much about the exterior. It's fine. Maybe one day if Jen and I have a house with a garage and our own space, we can upgrade the car. I mean, this thing has gotten me through some hard times. I love her. Anyway, should we do the lights?
Yeah.
Okay.
레이가 차량 라이트 바꾸는 거는 뭐 아무것도 아니라고 자기가 할 수 있다고 보여준대요. 보여드릴게요.
Okay. Ooh, the engine's nice and warm. Ooh. Okay, I've never had to change these light bulbs before, but changing light bulbs on a car is so easy. Just watch one YouTube video if you don't know how to do it. It's so simple. I do need a tool to like unscrew the casing here. Jin, sir, can I have my tool, please?
한국에서 이거 사왔고요. 예, 한국이 더 싸더라고요. 그리고 미국에서는 이런 드릴 하나쯤은 있어야 될 것 같아가지고 디월트 임팩트 드릴로 샀어요. 이거 20V라 가지고 되게 빠르고 좋아요. 보여드릴게요.
Wow. I think learning how to fix some minor things like this by yourself is so cost effective because if we went to the auto repair shop, probably they're going to charge us at least $100 just to replace this stupid light bulb. But I bought a pack of 2 on Amazon for $20 and it's going to take us 2 minutes to replace it. So
한 2번 정도 바꾸면 이 공짜 툴이 하나 생겨요.
okay, gotta be careful not to lose the pieces. And then you just gotta pop this bad boy out. With a little bit of elbow grease. I got this. Don't worry. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Whew. See? Now we got a detached headlight casing. And this is the bulb we have to change. To get it out, you have to lift up this little thing, this little flap, but because I have gloves on, it's kind of hard.
I'll do it for you.
You're gonna help me? Thank you.
Take it out.
Okay, so we take this out and then you just twist this. You just do this. There we go. So this is the full bulb and I've got a new pack in the trunk, so we'll just go grab one of those and then we can just replace it. So easy, right? Why pay $100 to someone to do this for you? Okay. Thank you, assistant. Okay. Last step is just plug it in and put this back on.
Great, good job.
What do you mean good job? It's not hard.
Test the light.
Let's make sure it actually works really quick before we call this job totally done.
이제 마지막으로 하나 남았어요. 블랙박스. 영어로는 대시캠이라 그러는데 레이 차에는 지금까지 대시캠이 없었거든요. 그래서 제가 아마존에서 주문한 걸로 달아주려고요.
So one of the reasons that we want to install a dash cam is actually for this. I know you can't see because my car is dirty because it's Minnesota and it's winter, but right here, there's some like damage to the body of my car. And this was not my fault, okay? I was like a few years ago, I was driving in a grocery store parking lot very slowly looking for a space when suddenly someone just backed into my car and caused this damage. And at that time, like this old lady that hit my car, she had no driver's license and she had no insurance. And she kept saying, I didn't hit your car. Nobody in the parking lot had a dash cam, so there's no video evidence. The grocery store itself didn't have any parking lot security cameras, so there was no evidence there. And none of the witnesses wanted anything to do with this, so it was basically her word against mine, which was just ridiculous. The only reason it ended up not being like a hit and run is because I was literally blocking her escape. So she had to sit there and talk to me until I moved my car. And I just kept my car parked there. I got her like a photo of her ID. I got a photo of all of her like contact information. I called the police, I called my insurance company. Still, I have this damage here because the cost just to fix this was like $2,000 or $3,000 or something ridiculous. But still, like, I could have saved myself a lot of headache if I had just had a dash cam, you know? At least I would have had some evidence that my car was hit and it was not my doing. All right, so this is the dash cam we got. We just got it on Amazon. It wasn't too expensive. We didn't want to get a super fancy, expensive one. But basically, our friend here in Minnesota, we showed him in a video before, but he is a lawyer and he does a lot of, I think, personal injury cases, especially regarding auto accidents. So he told us that it is essential that we install a dash cam in our car. We did listen to him and we bought this like in August or September. I don't even remember when. We bought this as soon as he told us to. It's still in the box, obviously, because it's kind of hard to install a dash cam by yourself. And we also forgot that we needed to get a little cable, so we had to order that last night from Amazon.
한국에는 쿠팡 배송이라고 막 하룻밤에 배송되는 옵션이 있잖아요. 미국에도 뭐 다 전부 모든 물건이 그런 건 아닌데 간혹 막 인기 있는 제품은 진짜 막 4시간 안에 받아보고 막 그러는 옵션이 있어요. 그래가지고 서둘러서 주문했어요. 왜냐면은 이게 저희가 산 블랙박스는 그 C가잭에 연결하는 구조라 가지고 지저분해가지고 차량에 있는 퓨즈 박스에다가 이렇게 직접 직렬로 연결하는 걸로 이렇게 키트를 따로 팔더라고요. 그래서 이 키트로 깔끔하게 선 안 보이게 한국 업체에서 이렇게 해주는 그런 스타일로 한번 해보려고 합니다.
So like if you're in Korea or you're Korean, I think something you'll notice is that 99.999999999% of all vehicles have a dash cam installed pretty much automatically. Like you get the car from the dealer and it's probably already got it installed, right?
요즘에는 뭐 딜러 서비스로 뭐 차량 출고할 때 딜러들이 이렇게 달아주잖아요. 뭐 물론 요즘에는 차량 값이 비싸고 느리게 나와서 안 해줄 수도 있겠지만.
But in the US, at least in Minnesota, I rarely see people with dash cams.
저가 미국에 와서 좀 놀랐던 게 미국 사람들은 대시캠, 그러니까 블랙박스를 설치한 차량이 거의 없어요. 비싼 차나 아니고 뭐 새 차 이런 데 가끔 달려있지 막 그렇게 보기 흔한 건 아니에요.
My whole life, like, we never had a dash cam in our car. My friends and their parents never had dash cams. It didn't matter if they were lower class or like literally millionaires. They did not have dash cams in their cars. And nowadays, we don't even see many people with dash cams. I think there are probably a couple of reasons why. First reason, in my opinion, is that laws vary by state. It's much like window tinting. In Minnesota, for example, we're not allowed to have super dark tinting, but other states you can have super dark tinting. I have to assume that dash cam laws probably are similar in that they vary by state. And even probably the footage that the dash cam takes might not even be able to be used in court depending on the laws of that state. But also, another reason, in my opinion, like growing up, I was always told don't leave any change in your car, don't leave any like valuable items exposed, like always put everything in your trunk so that nobody can see that you have anything in your car. When newer cars started coming out with like screens on their dashboard, so you can like do your GPS or like music and stuff, they said always take that with you out of your car because you don't want your car to get broken into and have that stuff stolen. Same with a dash cam. I mean, if you have an expensive dash cam sitting in your window all the time, what's stopping someone from just breaking in and stealing it, right? But I do feel like it's necessary because circling back to the story I had about the old lady hitting me in the parking lot, actually the aftermath of that, there was something almost more serious that happened as a result of that situation. And that is, I had driven to work one morning. I got there before anybody else had arrived to work. I parked in an empty parking lot in the back of the parking lot all by myself. And I just went to work, working fine, everything was good. And then suddenly police officers showed up at my office and they're asking for me. So I was escorted out of my own place of employment by police officers. And then there's like this little short guy and he's like, "You hit my car." And he had a giant Ford F-150 or something like that parked directly next to me. And he was claiming that the scratches on the side of my car corresponded to the scratches on the side of his Ford F-150. But I was the first one in the parking lot that day. I did not hit anybody. If I hit somebody, why would I just leave my car there and not say anything? But I had no evidence of that. The only evidence I had was that I had called the police a few days prior about this old lady hitting my car. If I had had a dash cam installed, that would have been perfect proof because you would have seen that there were no cars in the parking lot when I showed up, but I didn't have one. I was dumb and I didn't install one after that situation either.
미국에서는 이렇게 차량 범죄도 되게 끊이질 않고 사고 내놓고 막 오리발 내미는 경우도 굉장히 많다고 들었는데 왜 아직까지도 이렇게 미국 사람들이 대시보드 캠을 안 쓰는지 참 이해가 할 수가 없어요. 그래서 저희 변호사 친구분도 미국 사람들은 진짜 사고 내놓고 나중에 법정 가서 오리발 내민다고 이거는 꼭 필수라고 그러더라고요. 그래서 레이차의 혹시 모를 상황에 대비해서 블랙박스를 달아주려고 합니다.
It's so little compared to my hand.
You should install it like here.
Up there.
Yeah, like here.
In this day and age, I think having a dash cam is kind of important because there are a lot of crazy people. In Korea, when I was a teacher and I had first moved there, there was a guy, he was biking and he biked into an intersection and he just pretended to fall in front of a car so that he could get insurance money from the driver that didn't even hit him. So like there are crazy people like that everywhere in the US these days. People that will just jump in front of your vehicle and pretend like they got injured so that you know, they can get some compensation. I don't want to deal with that, so we gotta install this. I don't want to deal with any crazy people. My life is already stressful enough.
저도 이거 한 번도 안 해봤지만 그래도 제가 어렸을 때부터 손재주 좀 좋다는 소리 들어가지고 유튜브 한번 보면은 할 수 있을 것 같더라고요. 그냥 손으로 들어가는데.
If Jin can do this, you guys can do it too.
What are you talking about?
Does this mean we're gonna get real footage of your driving test and how well you do?
Maybe.
When I see parts of my car hanging down like this, I lose all confidence. This looks like it'll be expensive if something goes wrong.
Trust your husband, okay?
I trust you. I just don't know about this piece just like dangling. Wow. He's trying hard. Look at this. My car.
I have to leave this here like this because I have to bring the back channel. So I will just leave it like that.
Okay. I didn't even know my fuse box was there. Look at this pose. You okay?
Yeah.
Wow. Now you gotta do the back one?
요게 백 카메라. 테이프
That's so
벗겨서
little. Position it well.
큰일 날 뻔했네. 이거 봐요. 이것 때문에 못 할 뻔했잖아요. 오케이.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now he starts the tedious process.
아, 레이 차가 작아가지고 좀 힘들어요.
Remember, we're investing in our future.
Yeah.
If a crazy person jumps in front of the car, we're gonna have evidence. Breaking my car again, I see. Yeah, I want to see you tucking it in. That's so cool. Almost there. It looks so good. Like back here, there's no wire or anything. Wow, fancy. Oh my gosh. Almost done.
일로 가는 게 아니지. You have to go here.
What?
It's going here. I forgot.
Oh. What if it's too long? What do you do with the extra?
I can hide it.
Oh, you just tuck all of that up here? Look at all that extra.
이거 잘 말아가지고 숨겨야 될 것 같아요.
What are you gonna do with all that? If you put it in a giant lump, it's gonna show.
It's okay. 제가 군대에 있을 때 통신병이었단 말이에요. 그래가지고 저 와이어 하나는 되게 잘 숨겨요.
This whole installation process took 10 minutes, I think. I
저
wonder-
처음 해보는 건데도 그게 별로 안 힘드네요.
I wonder how much an auto shop would charge. Probably at least like $500.
이렇게 숨겨도 되나?
If you put it here, it's gonna show. Put it up here somehow.
Or
oh,
I'll
you
just
can't.
go one more time.
Oh yeah. Good idea.
그냥 한 번 더 가죠 뭐. 왔다 갔다 한번 하면 될 것 같은데.
I guess one of the benefits of buying your own dash cam is if you get a new car, you can just take it and put it in your new car. You don't have to get rid of it. Did you learn this entirely through YouTube? YouTube is such a great resource for anything in life. I hope this gives you guys faith that you can do some of this stuff by yourself, because Jin and I have zero experience doing anything auto related, but hey, we can do it. You guys can do it too. Save yourself a couple $100. In this economy, that's a big deal.
선정리 긴장 힘드네요. 이제 퓨즈박스에다가 이걸 꽂아야 되는데 보통 여기 퓨즈박스에 이렇게 도면표가 나와 있으니까 이거 잘 참고해서 하면 돼요. 이게 뭔가 하기 전에 항상 사진을 찍어놔야 돼요. 다시 원복해야 될 수도 있으니까. 오케이.
Wow.
퓨즈 뽑았고
You're so smart.
요거 같은데?
I'm impressed. Didn't know you could do this kind of thing. By the way, guys, what are gas prices like where you live right now? Because in Minnesota, I filled my tank a few days ago and I was absolutely shocked by the gas prices. I paid $2.70, I think, to fill up my tank. And then I saw a news article yesterday that said gas prices in Minnesota are as low as $2.40, which I don't think I've seen gas prices that low since I was probably in high school. It's just crazy and awesome. Go on a road trip now, I guess.
Let's test this. You wanna turn on the car?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Prepare to turn it off as soon as possible if there's an emergency, okay?
What kind of emergency are we talking about?
Okay, go ahead. Oh wait,
Like electrical fire?
I'm dumb. I didn't do the ground yet. 이렇게 별로 큰일 날 건 아니고 제가 그라운드에 이 접지를 하는 거를 깜빡했어요. I am ground. Okay.
Done?
Yeah, let's test it.
Okay. Should it turn on?
왜 안 켜지지?
Oh, recording.
된다.
You did it! Good job!
wait.
Uh-oh.
카메라 스티커를 안 떼서 까맣게 나오는 거였어요. 깜짝이야.
Are you serious?
오케이.
Oh, I see.
이거 안 띄었어 렌즈에서. 트렁크. 깜짝이야. 트렁크를 열어가지고 뭐 빨간색만 나오지? 이렇게 돼.
Helpful.
뒤에 잘 나오고 앞에 잘 나오고. 오케이.
Oh my gosh, good job.
힘들다.
Look at this gigantic disaster in here. Wow.
오케이.
Good job. High five.
Five.
I'm so proud of you.
이 정도면 이쁘게 정리 잘 했죠?
Wow. So cool. You did a really good job at installing it. I'm so glad that we have this. Now no crazy people can try and get some insurance money from me. No more crazy uninsured old ladies in parking lots are gonna take advantage of me. Wow. That's so cool. I'm so glad we got the front and back camera. I think it's really important.
미국에서는 블랙박스 단 사람을 찾아보기 힘들지만 블랙박스를 달아도 거의 막 프론트만 있는 경우가 많더라고요. 전방 카메라만. 그런데 뒤에서 막 차량이 박으면은 막 그런 거는 근거로 남길 수가 없잖아요. 그래서 조금 더 비싸지만 전후방 카메라로 설치를 했어요. 살고 나니까 조금 마음이 놓이네요.
I think in the US, it's really cost effective to learn how to DIY some stuff yourself. And the good thing is you can learn everything on YouTube these days. I mean, if we could do it, you guys could do it too. So I hope this video gives you some faith if you're too nervous to try and do some minor repairs to your car, that you can in fact do them yourself and it's not too difficult.
미국에 사시는 분들 중에 아직 차량에 대시보드 캠이 없으신 분들은 이 영상을 보시고 무조건 빨리 다시길 바랍니다. 나중에 소 잃고 외양간 고치지 않게요.
Next step for us is getting a house one day so we can actually do full auto repair in our own garage without having to be outside at a park on a freezing cold day like today, right?
Yeah, it's so cool.
That's in the distant future, but in our plans, hopefully. Anyway, guys, with that being said, we're gonna leave you here. And I noticed a comment in our last video that said, bye is not interesting enough. They want something similar to what's up, guys.
Yeah.
And I have no equivalent for saying goodbye except see you later, alligator. All right.
Peace out, guys.
Oh, peace out. You're more. That's a good one. Peace out.
Peace out.
Oh, say can you see